Hello, all. I want to talk about different money funds. That's the same as you have heard of money market funds. Suppose I came back to Schwab again. And as you all see, this is something we talked about, and it gives 5.12% annually. Of course, it is in the past 1 week, it has that is the rate of annual rate. But it might go next week, it might go a little down. Suppose it might go a little bit up. It all depends. But so far in the past 1 year, it has been giving an annual rate of maybe more than 5%, which is great compared to many of you who are getting, maybe putting the money in a saving account and possibly getting half a percentage rather than 5%. Now, your question would be why this one is 5.27%. That's when you put $1 million. Dollars. We don't have $1 million. Here, it even accepts $1. Do you see minimum requirement for investment? Only with $1 you can put the money in there. And of course, to open a Charles Schwab account, I don't know how much they want you to, put to open the account. But once you open it, then you can put your money in here easily through, your bank will be connected to this brokerage account. Your money, you transfer it to the brokerage account and you buy this. Each one of them is $1, each share of SWVXX. And this is therefore the difference between these two is that if you put $1 million, they give you, a little bit, maybe, around maybe 15.15% more. Now, you come here and it says government money fund. Here when they say government is more secure. Your money, as I said here, is given to by Schwab, is given to companies mainly. They borrow from Schwab, and here government borrows it because here then is a little safer. Because it is a little safer, do you see instead of 512, it gives you 4.99. You might say, oh, I don't want to Schwab to give my money to Walmart or to Apple or to therefore you would put your money in here. Anytime you want, as I said, you can get your money out and you still get your interest, and therefore, as you see, it is a Schwab Government Money Fund. And here is the name. This is, they call it usually ticker symbol. And it gives you 5.14% if you put $1 million. And again, here it gives you Schwab Treasury. Treasury means that again it is that Schwab puts your money, gives your money to the state government, to the federal government, and then it gives you 4.97%. Therefore, as you see, and if you put $1 million, it gives you 5.12. Then we come back again, we come to this part. Here, Schwab Municipal Money Fund. Municipal usually is supposed, do you see here? Now it's giving 2.69%. Schwab gives you your money, invested, gives it to the government of California. And that's why you get 2.69%. And then if here it gives you 2.8%, it gets your money and gives it to New York. If I click here, sometimes I think these might be, tax advantaged account when it is a municipal. They give it to municipal. That means your interest, I am not sure, might not be taxed. Then when I come here, I want to know what fund is it. It is there is as much as $1 billion. This is almost $1 billion money in it. And then each share of it is $1. If you have $10, you say you want to buy 10 of these. You don't pay anything for the commission. And then we come here and it is annually 2.80, 4%. Then we come here. I want you to become familiar with this performance, with this portfolio, and know what these are. I am going to first, if I click on portfolio, you have seen this. If I click here, that means it's holding, sometimes they call it. When I click here, this closes this screen. Do you see? It gets your money, gets all the money. These $1 billion are invested in New York City Bank. Therefore, it charges them 3.64%, and then out of that 364, it keeps some of it show up for itself, and it gives you, they're supposed 2.83%. And do you see New York keeps borrowing from Schwab? And that is, and these are, it is also distributed to different, part. Therefore, the possibility of, city of New York or state of New York going bankrupt is not significant. It's very minor. Therefore, this is a safe investment as well. Therefore, I click back and then let's see if I can go back to where it was saying that, investment. Here, portfolio, I click. You want to understand performance. This is very interesting chart if you can analyze. And it's very, it says since its inception, most likely 10 to 20 years ago, they started, this fund. And on average, do you see it has been giving 1.43% on average in the past 20 years. That means if you had invested 20 years ago in this fund, on average, you would have got 1.43. Now your question is that why is it giving so much? In the past 10 years, look at here, in the past 10 years, it has been giving you interest only 0.92%. That's almost 1%. In the past 5 years is 1.31%. You know that? It has gone up. In the past 3 years is 1.93%. And in the past 1 year, it is 3.2%. Why it is giving so much in the past, 1 year? Because the interest rates are high. Therefore, because they are high, this is a good time for the people to put their money in the, money funds, and that's why the interest rates are high. It's not going to stay this high, as you can guess it from here. During these times, interest rates have been very low. Because it is high, it's a good time to invest, in this. And of course, the first fund I showed you had a return of 5.12%. And Y2D means year to date. That means if you had put your money in the, that means that in the stock market, let's say if you had put $10 from in January 1st, by now $1.79 would had gone, 1.79% is $1.79, not $1.79, that's 10%. That is almost 20 cents would have been added. 1.79 means around 18 cents would have been added to your $10. If you had put $100, then you would have your $100 would have been by now $101.79. And therefore, in the past 1 month, it has gone by 0.23. Therefore, if you had put $100, your $100 by now would have been 23 cents would have gone on it. Therefore, it is important to understand these charts and know what it is. And here is portfolio. We looked at it. And liquidity, these are liquid because this $1 billion, Schwab hasn't given $1 billion to the state of New York. It has given maybe most of it, but it is keeping a lot of cash because the people like you, instant might tomorrow go there and say they want cash. When I click liquidity, therefore this is in a liquid assets. Do you see that? It's considered 84% of it, I think, is considered as liquid, which is great, and here is, in the past, since and this is 819. At the moment when we look at it, is that shows that it is 80% liquid. Only 20% of this fund is not liquid, which means that they have invested in something, maybe CDs that might take, but it's not your money would be liquid, nothing to be concerned. And these are just something else. I wanted you to understand this chart.